Okay, sorry about that, guys. That was a little long. Just sharing around the other groups. So today we have something special here. We got Brian Gibson from Diehard. Our projectdiehard.org is the website, and then we also have Elijah Best from Vet Boss. This is my first time doing three people at once, so hopefully this works out great. They're still sharing over into a couple other groups. Guys, give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. So today we're going to be talking about Brian's retreat that he's getting set up over in Western Kentucky, where he wants to actually house veterans for a portion of time. I will let him get into the details of all of that. And he said that it was projectdiehard.org. I'll throw that up on the banner here when we're ready to go. And here we go. Brian, Elijah, how you guys doing?
Great, man.
All right. So Elijah reached out and said that you're trying to get some things set up, and said, why not? Let's do a podcast and let's talk about it. So Brian, why don't you give us a little bit of a description of what you're doing and what it's all about, where you're at, what do you got set up?
All right. Well, we talked, and you know my backstory. Look, we all have the same backstory. We got kicked in the nuts, right? We almost gave up, but we're here. And I think we're all three of us here on the same thing, saying something more is going to be done for our brothers and sisters.
For sure.
Okay. 4 years ago, I got a call from a wife of a guy I served with in a panic. Doc, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Slow down, take a breath. You got to tell me what's going on. He's hanging in the garage. This is the guy I served 3 tours with. This is the guy, if they made a modern G.I. Joe doll, this would be him. Mm-hmm. Okay. That became the stick that broke the back. It was kind of like, okay, look, I can't do this anymore. He was the number. I've lost more to suicide than I lost in all my tours. So something had to change. Something had to be done. So 2018, I formed Project Diehard.
So what is Project Diehard, and what exactly are you guys going to be doing?
Well, our mission is to bring public awareness to veteran suicide. Because, that's just out of control. And if I hear one more politician say we got to study it, I might go to prison.
Dude, it drives me nuts. So many people are saying, we got to figure out what's up. We got to figure out what's up. Like, there's so many nonprofits out there who give a shit, who can actually help. Give us fucking funding.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
It's that easy, man.
Give us funding, but don't tell us what to do.
Yes. There's so much money that goes to the VA for mental health stuff, and all these veterans are saying, oh, the VA doesn't help. The VA doesn't help. And then you get people like you and people like me, and there's so many people out there working with stuff like this, with the mental health aspect. Just give us the money and trust us. Let us try to do something. If it doesn't work out, then think, okay, well, move on to the next group. It just drives me insane.
It's not even that. My people I talk to in my board hates when I use this analogy, but you guys can understand this. If a brother or sister comes to me at one of our facilities and says, brother, I think underwater basket weaving will help me sleep better at night. Right? Guess what we're going to do? Let's figure out how to do it safely. Come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a set therapy.
Yeah. And that's why I think recreational therapy is such an amazing thing, and that's why I've clung onto it so much.
Well, and that's it. And that's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. For 3 years, we've been trying to raise the funds to purchase 100 acres here in Western Kentucky, and that's still the goal. Fort Hope.
I love the name.
Yeah, Fort Hope is going to be the national headquarters. 3 weeks ago, we just, 6 weeks ago, we got picked up by the Veterans of Foreign War Still Serving campaign. Mm-hmm. Right?
Nice.
You're telling me 100,000 not veteran nonprofits, and they only picked 10, and we were one. I was like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Right. So a local news station, WSIL Channel 3 out of Carbondale, Illinois, drove down here to my location, interviewed me. Great. Good people. An organization called the Haven of Love Christian Daycare Center up in McKenna. I'm going to screw this. Forgive me, guys from Illinois. I just learned the name of the town. Like, it's going to take me a minute. McKenna, Illinois, about 47 miles from here. Calls
I'm sure
me.
some grammar Nazis will come on here and correct you later.
Oh, I'm sure they will. But he called me, Richard, great guy, right? Called me and said, hey, can we meet? I'm going to discuss your program and, and okay, 47 miles, hop in the truck. There I go. I don't know if you can snipe off my Facebook page and post it up. We got some pictures and stuff up there of the property. But here it is, 4 weeks ago. I don't know where you were at, but down here it was like 100 degrees with 90% humidity.
Yeah, I was up in Minnesota. It was like 85, which is a hot day for us.
Yeah, but so he troops me around the property, 20 acres, walks me through this building, and he's showing me all this stuff, and I'm going, cool. Yeah, we could use it. That's in the back of my head. Okay. He goes to me and goes, say, can you use this? And I went, of course we could use it, but we can't afford it, man. I can't mortgage my house anymore. I just can't.
Yeah.
And he goes, I didn't ask that. Can you use it? I went, of course. He goes, well, we're going to donate it to you.
Dude, that's amazing. So how many acres was it?
20 acres in a 3,000 square foot building.
That's amazing.
That's great, man.
Okay. Well, when he picked me up off the ground, yeah, look, combat tours, combat medic, nothing really phases me.
Yeah.
But that did. Okay. And wow, it's just that wow.
Yeah.
So we already have a name for the facility. That is Forward Operating Base Rush.
I like you're calling it a fob.
It is.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Forward Operating Base Rush, named after Sergeant Courtney Rush, United States Air Force, 2012, death by suicide. All the fobs will be named that way because I will not let the people forget. Not all of our honored dead die in a combat zone.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because if you stop and think about it, like if you go back for the last 20 years, it's approximately 146,000 veterans have killed themselves. That's more than all the wars dating back to like Korea.
Oh my gosh.
Last year, if you look at Paducah on a map and you draw a circle of 100 miles, we know of, and these are other veteran nonprofits I work with in the area, we know of from May 2019 to May 2020, 67.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's just.
It's horrible.
So what exactly do you plan to do on your with your new property?
Okay.
Go in a little bit of detail for everybody.
Real simple. As we were talking offline, right? Veterans need a safe place, right? To find themselves, to get reconnected. We're going to supply that. At that location on Bob Rush, we're still working with our architect and codes and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But we're going to be able to house there approximately 8 to 12 single veterans.
Nice.
And 2 veterans with their families. Okay. I got a call last year from a veteran in California. You know, long story short, after about 30 minutes on the phone with them, we drilled down to, hey, brother, I can't help you right now, but what's going on so I can reach out to my network and try to get you some help?
Yeah.
Him, his wife, 3 kids living in a minivan.
Yeah. That's all too, it happens all too often, which is.
Well, my board was very like, we're doing families now? I said, yep. Because look, I didn't think about it until that veteran called me. I'm like, why are we only dealing with single veterans?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a family unit.
That's a really good point.
It's not that, you know, yes, divorces happen and this happens and this happens. But when you have a family that's still a family, let's bring them to a safe place, food's provided, shelter, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And let's help the veteran and help the family. Let's teach the kids, hey, mom or dad's a little bit different now. Okay.
Are you gonna help these guys look for jobs and stuff like that as well? Or see, that'd be awesome. Because then you could literally take care of like every single issue that family's having, you know, by helping them, you know, job.
Hey, check this out. I already got electricians, plumbers, carpentry, masonry, auto mechanic, auto body, motorcycles, all those trades willing to come and teach veterans.
Awesome.
Okay. I just got to get the facility up and running.
Nice. I have a similar setup up here in Minnesota. I just don't have property yet. So my biggest issue is getting property at the moment. But it sounds like you're going to be doing a lot like what I'm trying to do up here in Minnesota, is making so mine's not going to be a place to house veterans. Mine's just going to be a retreat. It's going to be a mental health retreat, but you're also going to have all of these different activities where you can learn a skill, right? So woodworking, carpentry, auto mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
We have a race team. So we're actually gonna have the race car up there, so veterans can work on the race car when they come in. We're gonna have a forge. We're gonna have a podcast studio, Olympic weightlifting gym, jiu-jitsu mats, all that stuff. So
look, I want all that on Fort Hope.
Yeah,
I want all that in a smaller thing on our fobs.
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing is, if you're doing that in Minnesota, right? We'll talk, but then that's something I don't have to do. When you get your property, we'll find for property right down the road. I'll build the long-term housing. I'll house them long-term and send them to you to do all that. I'm just that place at the end of the night. They get to come home, grab a meal, a shower, and a place to sleep.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I personally I'm not getting into housing veterans. That's not something that I want to do, but then at the same time, that's where you come into play too, you know? So like partnering with people, this is why nonprofits need to work together too, because everybody has a different mission, but every mission is going to fit one area that veterans need. So that's why working together is one of the best things that veteran nonprofits can do.
Oh, preach it, brother. Preach it.
You guys could form like Voltron, have like scale it throughout the nation, have part housing, have part like finding your career. Then I'm sure there's another organization that helps like family unity, because if the veterans going through this, I'm sure, like you mentioned, like the whole family suffering. So I love that idea of bringing all the nonprofits together, because I hear them, and it seems like a lot of them are dealing with different similar struggles, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds amazing.
We still got to get that summit. We
got to get the summit.
Oh, look,
we got to do the summit.
Yes. Here in Western Kentucky, they've tried 3 or 4 times to start a Western Kentucky Veterans Coalition.
Yeah.
And I've been to their meetings, and the VA sponsors it, so you can imagine what this turned out to be. Right?
No comment.
Data. I was like, look, dude, we're not doing this, because no, we're not doing this. You want data, you got data. You've been collecting data for years. Okay, at that time, we have this place right down the road from us called LBL, Land Between the Lakes.
Yep.
It's a nice park, right? Great fishing and everything there. Well, at that time, there was 29 veterans living out in the deep woods.
Like just living in tents?
Yeah.
I mean, that actually sounds pretty fun, but I mean, if you're forced to do that, that's probably not that fun.
Yeah, got it. So I went to this guy from the VA. I said, so what are you going to do about it? Well, we know about it. Okay, what are you going to do about it? Deer in the headlights.
That's why I started my own thing, man. Because so many people are all talk and no action. You know.
Yeah, look, it's action.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to look at it. My daddy taught me a long time ago. You don't complain about a problem unless you got a fix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I got the fix. Now I'm going to complain about it. We lose too many veterans every day to suicide.
Well, the problem is the VA wants to come at everybody with problems, but no solutions. You know, like
That's it.
It's a long known fact. Don't come to me with a problem without a solution. Figure something the fuck out. And I think there's so many nonprofits out there that have the answer. You know, we need to get bigger. We need to get louder.
Yeah.
And we need to do it right. I don't know about you guys, right? But I don't take a salary.
Yeah.
None of my board gets a salary.
I get to race a race car.
Oh.
No, badass, by the way.
Okay.
Good enough.
But I've gotten hate emails from some other bigger veteran nonprofits. You're giving us a bad name. I'm like, how? Well, you don't take a salary. Well, yeah, you're right. You got to take that out of your information packet and off your website. What? My salary? No, I don't. I Googled it. Anybody can. I just put it out there. That $720,000 salary you get every year, how many veteran wheelchairs would that buy since you do head up the Paralyzed Veterans of America? Just wondering.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always a touchy subject too. Like when people get on, like, you know, like Wounded Warrior. Wounded Warrior has done a lot of good things. It's just when you look at, I don't know, I don't want to talk shit or anything like that, but when you look at like how much money's actually going towards the actual cause, yeah, it's frustrating, you know.
Oh yeah. My son is a Wounded Warrior.
Okay.
Iraq, IED, vehicle roll, traumatic brain injury. Okay, I was still active duty at the time. I called Wounded Warrior because this is the first time I was going through, like, what do I do here, right?
Yeah.
And I hope they changed, but they put a bad taste in my mouth when their first question out of their mouth was, does he have all of his limbs? Excuse me?
Yeah, it's kind of maybe they could have used a little bit more tact with that.
Well, and then 2 years later, they get caught taking all their VIPs to Las Vegas and dropping $5 million on a weekend. Yeah. Now, I'm sure they've cleaned up. Oh, yeah, they have. They went from 10 cents on a dollar to 14 cents on a dollar. Okay.
And you the crazy thing is you can look all this stuff up too. So like anybody can find this stuff out. And it's sad when you see all that. Like I get having team building stuff. I mean, I get that. That makes sense. But
Well, no,
why should it cost that much money? I think there's a lot of different ways you could probably get that done a little bit more efficiently.
Yeah.
Well, one of our sister charities, Picking on a Soldier's Heart here in Western Kentucky, they take veterans hunting, fishing. They do those weekend retreats.
Yeah.
Right? Great. And they are great people. Jeremy is a good brother, good vet. I mean, he's just great. When we first started talking, it was, brother, I appreciate what you're doing. I really, really do. But I got to ask you a question. What happens Monday morning? And then he went, what do you mean? I go, you pick them up Friday night. You take 10, 12 veterans for a weekend of kayaking, hiking, fishing, whatever, and you get the camaraderie and the brotherhood and everything, all that back together. And then Monday morning, you drop them back into their life where their wife is leaving them. And
that's where I would disagree with you. I would say that, one weekend, one trip, one conversation can change somebody's life.
Oh, no. I'm in agreement.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why they're a sister charity. I'm in agreement with that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Sorry, my daughter's making an appearance.
Hey, that's okay. Hey, little one. But I'm in full agreement of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. You know how I see that? Even with your group?
Yep.
Right? You're going to get a bunch of veterans that going to come up for a retreat, right? You're going to find the ones that need us.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay? The ones that can go right back to their life, great. Right? But how many of those, you know what I mean? It's look, do it. That means we ain't got to do it. You guys are doing it. Right?
Well, it's nice because everybody has their own project too, and then that's why we need to work together. Like I team up with We Defy Foundation. So I have a project called WNA BJJ. So we train jiu-jitsu with veterans and we get them involved in jiu-jitsu, right? At the moment, we can't really pay for veterans to train jiu-jitsu, but my coach, Mark Mortensen at Trax BJJ up in Coon Rapids, he lets me bring in veterans to come train for a week, and we get to train, hang out, have fun, and then he usually gives them one hell of a discount. So he definitely backs what I'm trying to do. So We Defy, they'll actually pay for a veteran to train jiu-jitsu for a full year if you're 80% or more disabled, and that's amazing. Why would we not team up together? So they're in the funding side of it, and I'm in the introduction side of it, at least.
Look, that's working together.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's great.
That is working together. I just had a meeting this morning with a local group here called Cassidy's Cause. We lost because I've been networking for 3 years.
Yep.
We had a person lined up for equine therapy, right? They called me a couple weeks ago and I said, Brian, we hate to do this, but we sold our horses. The wife's health is going down and we just can't do it. I'm like, don't be sorry, man. Take care of your family. Do not be sorry about that.
Yeah.
So I was out driving around this morning about 04 because that's what I do when I get a lot on my mind. I just go out and do what I do. And I went, you know what? I've never talked to these people. So I drove out. We had a nice discussion.
Mm-hmm.
They've been trying for years to start a veteran equine PTSD therapy.
Nice. Where is this at? How far down the road from where you're trying to do your retreat?
47 miles.
Nice. That's awesome. Have you ever heard of Heels and Halligans?
Yep.
So Heels and Halligans, they reached out, and I feel so bad because they had a couple slots open, and I tried to send a few vets down there, but they all couldn't get the time off.
No.
I think they're in northern Tennessee, I believe.
Yes.
What did they do?
Heels and Halligans, it's a veteran first responder retreat. They do it like once or twice a year or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's just that again, they've been trying to start a veteran program.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the property we got, we're going to build a barn that was in the original plan.
Nice.
Right? With 6 or 8 stalls. They're going to help us get the horses and come up once a week for official classes. Right?
Oh, nice.
But they're also going to train veterans who want to go into that. And as a, how do they call it? Teacher,
equine therapist.
Yeah, there you go. Equine therapist.
Wayne Gapple from, damn it. I'm sorry, Wayne. Valor Horses. He is doing something along those lines up in Montana.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, working together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? This is the key. Trust me, brother, for 3 years, I've been reaching out to other veteran nonprofits.
Yeah.
Just for one simple thing, not asking for money, because I will never ask another veteran nonprofit.
Have you heard of 22 Until Valhalla?
Yep.
Zach McGuffrey is up in I think Independence, Kentucky, right? That's just south of Cincinnati. He does mountain climbing, but they do jiu-jitsu, and they
I know.
I think they give scholarships and shit too. So you guys should chat maybe too.
Do you got a phone number for him? Because I've been trying to message him on Facebook forever, and they don't reply to me.
I will talk to Zach tonight, and I'll have him call you.
Yeah, please. Again.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever asked any other veteran nonprofit is, look, spread our organization. I'll help you spread your organization.
Yeah. Well, it's all about working together and not making it about competition. Like for me,
that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. If I ever sense anybody like trying to like compete with me, I won't even look at them. I won't compete with them. I'm not going to try and fight you for money, because that's not what it's about. My nonprofit's about helping veterans, and then donations second.
Yeah, that's
collaboration over competition all day.
Yes,
that's exactly it. That's it. I do have one thing. If you are a veteran organization and you want to be a sister charity, you look at our website under sister charities, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 things. So you head up yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't take a salary.
No, I got a board of 4 people total, and then 2 ambassadors. None of us
get paid. And nobody takes salary?
Mm-mm.
Get a hold of me tomorrow offline, because now we can talk about you becoming a sister charity.
Yeah.
That's my first thing. If you take a salary running a veteran nonprofit and you say, "Oh, we can help," no.
See, it depends though, man, because you got to think about it. Charities need to run. You need to pay your mortgage. You need to pay your house. So, if it's 100% your job, there's nothing wrong with taking a salary as long as you're doing what that salary is worth.
Again,
you're taking like $7 million to like wash some dishes.
Again, I'm already interviewing for the director spot at Bob Rush.
Nice.
That's a paid position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have nothing against paid positions, right? But to me, if you're the founder, right? If you founded it and the leadership board, your core people around you, then no. But you're right. There's going to be a time where I'm going to have to hire a person to do that because we're going to get big enough that, you know what? And it's already happening right now. I'm getting pulled 90,000 directions.
Yeah, but you got to understand, man, like, what do you think a CEO is? I mean, they're the one doing everything that you're doing, but it's just different because we're a charity. There's nothing wrong with taking a salary as being the founder if you're doing the work that's deserved to be paid. You need to be compensated for your time,
again,
man.
I'm not knocking anybody. That's just my personal belief, right? Everybody goes, well, why don't you take a salary? Well, I got a pension. I'm 100%. I got, I'm good.
Yeah, dude. If I can keep doing WNA and never have to take a salary, like I'm working on my VA compensation right now. I got some issues with my heart. I think I'm at like 40% right now. But if I can ever get to 100%, hell yeah, I'm quitting my job and I'm doing WNA full time. But the good thing is, I'm a carpenter. I can work on mechanics. I can do all kinds of other shit. I'm gonna do whatever I can to try not to take a dime from WNA. But it's not outside the realm of possibilities. Just because
no. It's never
we get
outside.
big enough,
Again, it's never outside the realm of possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as I'm alive, right, my board won't get paid. Now, when I croak in a very long time, everybody goes, so what happens after you die? I'm dead. I really don't care.
That's for you to figure out. That's your job now. Figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out, Chief, because I'm enjoying life somewhere else. I'm just good.
Well, I hope you get to that point where, your nonprofit is big enough to warrant a salary. And that's one thing that I said, I won't take a dime until it's actually warranted. I probably work 50 to 60 hours a week on Warriors Next Adventure because I also do a 24/7 suicide hotline too. So I'm on the phone a lot. There's a lot of anonymous texting going on, and I think there's like 12 veterans that I've been counseling for it's been like 9 months now. I have no idea who they are. And the good thing is they have an anonymous source to reach out. It's like, hey man, I had a fucking shitty day. And we literally just bullshit. I'm not a certified counselor. I don't have any fancy letters in front of my name, but being a brother, being a brother, that's all you need to do, really.
That's it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a PhD. No, I'm just an old broke down Army medic, that knows what my brothers and sisters need.
Nadine. Sorry, trying to do Chucky's getting mad.
It's okay.
But yeah, I get that. And your vision is great, and I'm excited to see, where this goes, especially now that you have the house and everything like that. Are you going to be breaking the house down to try and set it up to where, are you going to try and set up different housing units within that house? Or are you going to be building other buildings, or what exactly do you think?
Well, it's going to be housing units within the house, in the building. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're going up this Friday. We got some volunteers that I just talked to Sunday. There's 20 acres. There's trails in that 20 acres that haven't been maintained in 10 years.
Yeah.
So we have yet to get to the back of the property.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So we're going back there. What I've learned from the Haven of Love folks is there's a stream back there that a bridge crosses, and then I go, bridge. Oh, okay, we're going to rebuild that, but going across the bridge, there's a spot there that we're actually going to put in weekend cabins.
Get your sister something to drink. That would be awesome. Sorry, I'm yelling at my kids. I don't want to be sitting here screaming.
Yeah.
That would be awesome too, just to have something like off in the woods too. That sounds awesome.
That's it. And that's going to be the weekend. That's for the veterans that just want to come and BS.
No, that's cool.
Sit around the bonfire on a Friday night with near beer because there's no alcohol or drugs allowed on the property. Right.
I think I'm going to go along the same routes. After some conversations with a few veterans, I had one guy tell me, he's like, what if there's a veteran that's dealing with alcohol abuse issues and they've been sober, and next thing you know, everybody's drinking, and then they're sitting there feeling compelled, and then boom, they're off the fucking wagon again.
Again.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah. That's it. I've already been working with organizations that will do the in-depth detox.
Yeah.
That will take them in at no cost to them or us, that they will do the 30, 60-day hardcore detox.
Nice.
Then they're going to send them to us, where we're going to take them for that year and build them back up.
That's awesome.
Man.
Okay. But as we were just talking here, we all want our nonprofits to grow, right?
Hey, Elijah, are you a nonprofit or you're a business?
No,
right?
Yeah, I'm a business.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I was talking about it now. Yeah.
Okay.
You're doing great shit too, though. I love
it. Elijah,
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
You're doing excellent things.
Yeah.
Okay. Even because I met Elijah through the vet tribe.
Vet boss.
Yeah.
Vet tribe. Oh yeah. Okay.
Vet tribe. But that's how I got the vet boss, and that's how I met you.
Got you.
I'll be honest. Go ahead.
Elijah literally just sent me a Facebook message, and then one day he just we just start chatting. Next thing you know, we just start spewing inspiration at each other. Like, dude, we got to do a podcast.
You're right. Yep.
Again. This is why, to me, this is a blessing, because there's others in that organization, not your organization, but the tribe, right?
Yeah.
You're not a business. Why are you in here? Why are you promoting who should be taking care of our brothers and sisters better than anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I don't care. Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, like I always say, you don't I'm not telling everybody to go out there and start trying to counsel veterans, but if you have the will, if you have the drive, if you feel like you have the knowledge, then talk to, there's plenty of nonprofits out there who are trying to do some stuff like this. Talk to somebody about it. And if you feel inclined to start your own thing, do it. If there's anything that's okay to be saturated, it's veteran mental health shit.
Oh, yeah.
Saturate the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
But again, for the veteran business people, bless you, you're doing great.
Yeah.
You're doing excellent. Can I show my brothers and sisters your success and maybe have them have a goal? You know what I mean? You don't got to worry about starting a nonprofit, because that's not your world. That's my world. That's not your world.
Well, see, the cool thing is, like, we all connect with each other too, and like we're all resources to each other. Like Steve from X22 Adventures has been working with Elijah, and dude, Steve's killing it down in Florida. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is, like, just I'm a 911 dispatcher for the Minnesota State Patrol still. That's my day job for now. I would love to be able to quit and do this full time. I love my job, and it's a very rewarding job, but my heart and soul is in Warriors Next Adventure, this right here. But coordinating and networking, that's my thing, man. So that's something that I feel like is my best skill, and Elijah was one hell of a connection. So
again,
good to have around.
Again, my job is not to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Just tweak it a little bit. Maybe put some new rims on it, right? Get it so it's a
put
wheel
some spinners
again.
On it. Put some spinners on
it. Get it to where it's a wheel again and it's rolling, not growing moss on one side.
Yeah.
Okay. I say I've been networking for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I got all the skills lined up. I got everything lined up. Now we got the land and the building. There's people that have told us, well, when you get the land, come back and see us. Well,
yeah, I've had people tell me that too. You know, I'm working hard to get the land, but
yeah, you know what? I'm planning a road trip here in the next couple weeks. Guess who I'm going to go see?
Who's that?
Those people that said, when you get the land, we'll help.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Do it, man. That's awesome.
Look. Right. I've driven 8 hours one way to knock on a door because they ignored my emails.
That's probably the one thing that makes me the most irritated, and I will stop working with somebody if they don't respond to me. Drives me nuts.
Look, I'll tell you upright. You email me, great. I'll do my best to get back at you in a timely manner.
Yeah.
But I sit down literally Friday night and Monday morning and go through emails.
Mm-hmm.
Because it breaks my heart, the majority of the ones I get of, I need help. Okay.
Yeah.
And when I got to, that just tears me apart when I got to say we're not there yet.
No.
Yeah, it's difficult, man. Like there's been plenty of people that I want to create a crisis response team or something along those lines to where I can reach out to guys. So I got a guy in like Georgia, you know, I got connections in Georgia that can go grab that motherfucker, pick him up. Or, you know, my plan down the road is once I do end up getting to do this full time, I'm going to be buying a transit van and I'm going to be building a camper van. And so my goal is to be wherever the fuck I'm needed. So if I'm needed in Texas for a week, I can go down to Texas for a week and I'm self-sustaining. So I don't have to pay for rentals. Yeah.
Again. Look, that's just how it all works.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to teach people how to build them too, but I got to build mine first.
That'd be a great thing.
I think teaching skills is one of the best things. I think one of the main things that I've noticed about a lot of veterans that are struggling is they feel like they're failing to add value to the world.
Yes.
You know,
yes. It's hard taking that uniform off and then.
Well, as some of the discussions I have had, you're going to teach them skills. Why? They could learn a skill in the military. Dude, love my grunts. Love them. But there's not much call for busting indoors, throwing flashbangs, and clearing a building. There's really not that many jobs out there that do that.
Yeah.
You know? So let's try to teach them something different.
Oh, yeah. And then I think that's where the trades are so important. Because if you learn how to weld, fuck, you can make a lot of money welding.
You're making money.
Yeah. If you can,
and I can't even
learn how.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I can't even imagine like a veteran not wanting to learn a trade. That doesn't even sound like they go together.
Well,
sounds like
what you're
they
doing.
would enjoy doing that. Yeah.
Exactly. And like what you're doing, Elijah, is helping people start stuff, you know, helping people start, you know, be entrepreneurs and everything like that. You are the key to so many people just curing their depression because once you learn how to provide value and you can actually give value back, you know, by creating your own business, you know, by going to Vet Boss and learning how to get your shit together and actually be able to be profitable, like you literally are going to be directly linked to helping veterans getting their shit together and helping that mental health aspect.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up because that's actually how it founded. I was following the rabbit hole of helping people heal that because I actually went through that myself. Like when I got out and I was trying to build everything up, and it was like I feel like we all go through a dark time when we're trying to find our purpose and our passions. And I was there, and in finding out how to help people, I initially wanted to come out with something called the Brain Manual, right? And then I found a mentor, and he said, if you want to reach the amount of people that you're trying to reach, and if you want to like get them into your program and make it successful, there's a certain way that you have to do it. And it was creating the business. That's how it worked out for me. So the beautiful thing is like, I have a group right now called Healers because every single person who's I've enrolled who's in my class, they all have a very unique like mission. I call them like missionaries. Like one guy had a business called, he was special forces and now he was working on a business called Grassroots Peace Builders. So I'm helping him do that. I mean, it's so unique. Everybody, like one guy, for example, I've been talking about him lately. He's going to be a video game consultant. But when I talk to him on my one-on-ones, he literally was in a dark place, healed himself by making the connections through mindset training and winning video games at tournaments. So he wants to now teach, his tribe, which, and I'll call them nerds. I'm a nerd, right? He wants to teach them how to overcome what they're going through in their life using video games, and they can win tournaments and stuff like that now. So now it's almost like we got like a group of little heroes who are just over finding their own niche and doing what they love to do. And ultimately now it becomes like, I got another guy who he's an overworked dad. So he wants to focus on helping like overworked dads trim their body fat and get to like their high school self. But now it encourages him to get to where he wants to be so he could be a better leader for himself. So it's all about self-healing and healing others. It's just that, when you can focus on your main thing, like I'm a firm believer that money makes you more of an extension of who you are. So if you're a good person, you're now able to help more people. Like how frustrating is it for the average person? Like growing up, I've always seen good people who really wanted to help, whether it was their family, their friends, but they didn't have money. And those are the people that, kind of want to take the smallest slice of the pie, of the pizza. So they're in such a situation that they really can't help others. So I really believe in helping these people be able to do it. They can get that reach out as far as possible to do the cool, badass things that they want to do. And I mean, I've just been blown away. I've always thought that I was going to meet at least one person who got in it for the money. I thought I was, but 100% of the people, I just listen to what they're saying. And it's like, man, like one guy, I was just talking to him. He's in the Army. He was working with the juveniles, and he wants to help people like once they, go through that juvenile life to make sure that they don't go back to it. It's just so unique. And then each person, I'll end with this, each person, it's always connected to something that they've experienced in their life. So it's almost like a fingerprint. All of us have these unique lives, and then they notice something, or they're really upset about something, or they just love doing something, and they use that to heal themselves and to heal other people. So I just think it's cool how that's what Vet Boss does when you really dig in deep and get to know the insides and outs of it. So
yeah, well, it's awesome. And then like Brian, what you can be doing too is giving these guys somewhere safe to be while they can work on that stuff. Work on the mental.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's all we want to do.
Yeah.
That's all we want to do is give my brothers and sisters a year free. You're not going to worry about the electric bill, the water bill, the this bill, the that bill, the food bill, the this bill, that. You're not going to have to worry about that.
Yeah.
We don't want any money from you. We're not going to charge anybody.
The great thing is too, is like, like I said, one of the biggest things that most veterans are suffering from is financial instability, and you're giving them that stability to actually get out there and find their own shit and like, get their shit back together,
Well, okay. Let's take you, for example, you're at 40%, right? That's not a lot, but it's there. So if you're in a situation where you don't have a job and you can get free for a year, and that 40% is still coming, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you're going to be meeting with our financial people that I got on tap. That's going to teach you budgets.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, look, this is not a handout by any means, brothers. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah.
If you come to Fort Hope or any one of our FOBs and think you're going to hang around for a year and not do nothing, sorry, no.
Wake up, PT, 6 a.m.
No. We ain't gonna do that. But you're going to give back.
Yeah.
Whether it's mowing grass or whatever for on the facility.
So talking to my buddy Galen, I love Galen so much. If you're listening, Galen, I love you. He is like the godfather of Minnesota veterans. And every time I talk to him, me and him share the very similar heart in helping veterans. And the best way for a veteran to feel better mentally is helping another veteran. Find a way to help your brothers, because what did we do in the military? We were battle buddies. We were wingmen. We were shipmates,
That's
and then
it.
All day.
yeah,
All
when we
day,
help each
every
other,
day.
well, you got to think about the hive mentality, the hive brain, right? When one of us isn't doing well, none of us are doing well. The weakest link, we're only as good as the weakest link. And, what we need to do is we need to help strengthen that link, you know? And so, that's why I believe so much in nonprofits. I had no fucking idea what I was doing last year. I just came out of nowhere. I'm like, I'm going to start a nonprofit. And everyone's like, you don't know the first thing about business. I was like, I'll figure it out.
Brother,
And
I was there 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Something's got to change.
Yeah. Well, when you have something that you're so passionate about and you care so much about, like me and you both have, the unfortunate, we were pushed to suicide, and luckily neither one of us went through with it, and we decided to take that and learn how to help ourselves, right? So initially I did a revamp on my whole life. I got a divorce. I started training jujitsu again. I started practicing Buddhism. I started learning, what do I want out of life? And I don't want to be fucking unhappy anymore. So I started to realize that happiness is literally a choice. It's a choice to put yourself on the correct path. And if you're not on that correct path, you need to reach out for help to get on that right path, with whether it's with Elijah for help with business, or, with us when it comes to, mental health, or you with homelessness. Get on the right path. Asking for help is not weakness. It's courageous.
That is the key.
Exactly.
That is the key. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not weakness when you say, hey, I'm not feeling okay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, I got my bad days. But luckily I got a group around me that can see when I'm having a bad day, and they know what to do to lift me up and get me to the next one where I'm not having a bad day.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the key. That's the key.
Yeah. And it all starts with the choice, right? So I can sit here and I can tell you all this shit that's going to help you make you feel better about life, whether it's physical fitness or it's mental fitness, spiritual fitness, whatever you need. None of it's going to work unless you decide that you want to be better. I had a veteran, and I actually, honestly, I don't know if she was a veteran, but there's a member of a group. I run like 95 fucking groups on Facebook. One of them is veteran first responder PTSD support group. So it's veterans and first responders. So support for people who may be suffering from PTSD. So veterans can share, and I want you to join that group because you can share some of your information. I just got bitch slapped by an autistic 9-year-old. She wants my attention. That's something I go through often. Raising an autistic daughter is fun. Wow, she got me right in the eyeball.
Hey, it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome.
She definitely makes me need to watch my guard. I gotta work better at that. So I don't even remember what I was saying. I just got the thoughts knocked out of my fucking head.
Nick, you're hilarious. I love doing talks with you, man.
Seriously, I don't remember what path I was on there. What the hell is I talking about? I've never been speechless before.
I don't.
She smacked the thoughts out you, bro.
Yeah, she went,
oh man, yeah, I lost it. I don't remember what I was talking about.
Hey, Brian, I wanted to ask, was there something that you saw or you noticed that inspired you to focus on? Is it safe to say focus on homelessness?
I wouldn't say focus on homelessness.
Yeah.
Because we know that's there for veterans. We know that's out there.
Or I should say, like, solving the homeless issue. Like, was there an experience in your life that kind of...
No, never.
Oh, wow.
No, never. It's just this. I've done my studies.
Yeah.
Homeless veteran living on the street, addicted to drugs and or alcohol, no family, no support network, is 80% more likely to die by suicide. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's encompassing.
Got it.
Our facilities are going to be encompassing. We don't
You guys,
just
you guys continue to talk, okay? I gotta step away. I get slapped again.
Okay, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't do the. I don't. No, it's not this or this. It's veteran suicide. Okay. So what leads to veteran suicide?
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we bring that number down?
Yeah.
So I give them a year of safe, secure place to be. Right?
Yes.
To come, they want to have that. They want to have that. That's the key. Our application is 20 pages long. I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
Okay? You're a veteran. It's not show up at the door and go, hey, I need... No, Chief. Okay? We will do weekends. If you're a veteran traveling through and you need a hot shower, a place to do laundry, right? We'll look that up. But if you want to come into the year-long program, right? You as the veteran has to you got to do that point of, you know what? I need help. And I want help.
I wish that wasn't so hard for veterans to do, you know.
Oh, so do I. So do I. And again, it's the retreats that I want you guys to keep doing that. I do. Because you're going to find those guys that need us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why collaboration is so important. Here in Minnesota, Galen Miller and Allison Alstrand, I'm sorry, Allison, I probably said your name wrong. They're starting, they started MNME, so Minnesota Military Exchange. So it's a website for all veteran connected services in Minnesota. If you go to that website and you type in recreational therapy or fitness or mental health, Warriors Next Adventure will pop up. And so a list of all the organizations that actually are helping veterans for the issue that you have, whether it's finances, there's a section all for finances. That it needs to be nationwide, it needs to be in every state.
Yeah.
And I think MNME wants to expand after they get everything going.
Well, that rolls back to that VA thing we were talking about the Western Kentucky Veterans Coalition.
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody outside of the VA needs to do it. I mean, here it's not run by the VA here, so it might actually work.
Yeah, look, trust me. Once we get our facilities built, there will be veteran coalitions.
Are you gonna have like offices and stuff?
Yeah. Every location is going to have a boardroom.
Nice.
And if your organization wants to go to the referral list of, hey, you've already vetted the veteran, you've already done all the homework, you know that they're ready for it, and you call me and say, hey, Doc, I got a really bad one, and we're going to be sending them, right? Good thing about being the president, I can say he's coming in there, and what are you going to say?
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm about to connect MNME to my website because I want people to have a place to go. But I also want to start a separate page on my website for stuff like you and stuff like Elijah. So if veterans are in need anywhere around the country, I want to literally a Rolodex of shit.
Yes,
that'd be great. Yeah.
I get people all the time. Hey, can we put you on our website for that?
Yeah. I love when people reach out for that. I'm like, hell yeah. Let me put you in mine too.
Yeah, look, I'm for that.
Yeah.
But they're like, well, how many beds do you got? None. So what are you doing? Trying to get this rolling?
Yeah. People don't understand. You have to create this, but in order to create it, an idea is only an idea until you snatch it out of the air and make it a real thing,
Again. Yes. And again, as I said in the beginning, I cannot mortgage my house anymore. You go to our website, look, it's $22 a month. That's what we ask for. 71 cents a day.
How can they just go to that website and set up? Because I got projectdiehard.org scrolling underneath. Is there a section
That's
on
it.
the page to sign
It's
up?
right there. How can you help?
Yeah.
It's right there. How can you help? Become a patron.
I'm looking at it right now. So you click on the main page and there's a donate now and join our mission. And all the information is right there. It's actually a very well built website. I'm not sure who built this, but good job.
It wasn't me. Trust me.
I actually taught myself how to do web designing, and I actually designed my own website. So
Yeah,
if my website sucks, it's my fault.
Nope, it wasn't me. Okay, look, there are certain things I'm good at. I can blow you up and patch you up and blow you up again.
Yeah, I got your website behind me. I'll just let it go while we talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is that. It's $22 a month, 71 cents a day. Right?
Nice. Do you have a Patreon yet?
No, because we have no content.
Yeah, you can still create a Patreon. So I put my podcast on there, and that's it. So it's just another way for people to
well,
to
again,
help sponsor,
once again, I don't have content. I don't
well,
do podcasts.
you don't even need it for content. So if people just want to have another way to donate to you monthly, because a lot of people use Patreon, it's a good idea to maybe look into that.
Okay, I mean, I'll do that. I mean, we have a YouTube channel.
Well, there you go. Put your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Put your YouTube stuff on there. There you go. That's your content.
We don't have any yet.
Well, the thing is, Patreon's nice because people, if you donate this much a month, you get this.
Okay, well, again, I get slammed because I don't offer a free T-shirt.
I don't offer free T-shirts either.
Yeah. Okay. Do you get slammed too?
If they do, I'd probably tell them to go fuck themselves. How the fuck do you think we're raising money? I'm not afraid to put some reality towards people. I want help. I want people to be charitable, but I'm also not a dumbass.
Got it. Look, if you want a T-shirt, hit the shop button and order one, please, dude.
I have like little wristbands. These wristbands cost like 92 cents or something like that. I'll hand those out in business cards. That's it. If you want something given to you, I mean, that's not what I'm trying to do. Again, if you're a veteran, I mean, depends on what you're doing. I might throw you something free, but it depends.
Again, for our patrons, whether you give $22 a month or $22,000 a month, to me, every patron is the same. You get to come to our facilities and see where your money is going.
Yeah.
Okay. My books are always open. You want to look at them? Feel free. You want to see my personal things? Go ahead. I don't give a flying flip. You'll see I'm broke.
Yeah, same here. Just maybe let me delete my browser history first.
Yeah, but it's, you get to come to our facilities. But when you show up, don't be surprised if one of my volunteer coordinators is, here's your T-shirt, here's your shovel, go to work. But I'm a patron. Yeah, we know. I just want to see where my money's going. Well, if
my goal is
more, we wouldn't need you to dig the hole.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm so big on I do my own media stuff too. So I take a lot of pictures. I always tell people all the time, trust me, I'm that guy. Let's take a picture. I need proof. And the only reason why I'm doing that is so people can see what their money's going to, And that's the thing, because you get somebody who donates, so well, what's my money going to? When you get all these nonprofits that, that maybe aren't in it for the right reasons, that aren't in it for helping people, but also in it for a business venture, just labeling it a nonprofit. I mean, people do your thing, whatever. I personally want people to see where my heart is coming from. This nonprofit is literally my heart and soul. And so
and mine is too.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, well, I get slammed. We don't fix houses.
Mm-hmm.
I got a call last month from a veteran. Just out of the blue. You help veterans? Well, yeah. I need $200. Okay. For what? If I don't get $200, they're going to repo my truck. Sorry, buddy.
See, the good thing about being good at networking, I have a lot of friends that are in construction and carpentry, so I'm gonna put your ass to work. I'm not gonna give you money.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If you need help finding a job, no, I got a job, then why are they going to repo your truck? And we got a bad review on Facebook because of that. They don't help veterans.
Well, see, the irritating thing is there's a fine line between charity and enabling. You know,
Got it.
yeah, and people are scared to talk about it because they don't want people to think badly about them. I'm not going to give you money. I'm not going to. I'm not going to just give you stuff. I'm not going to give you a house. There's certain things. Maybe we can work on it. Like I recently started getting vehicles donated, so I want to get into that. You know, that would be something that I would love to do, mainly because I have a shitload of veterans that are mechanics. So let's get together.
You know what? That's what we're going to do there on our facilities.
Nice.
The veteran's going to learn a trade working on cars, right?
Yeah, you want to learn. You need to make some money. Let me teach you how to change some brakes.
There you go. Right. But working on cars. I already got a line on people that want to give us cars. I'm like, I love you, but I have no place to keep them right now.
Yeah, a couple of months ago, I had somebody like, "Hey, I got a car for you." I was like, "Dude, I live in an apartment building. Like, I got nowhere to put that thing."
Yeah,
I finally moved into a house back in April, and I have my garage is pretty decent size. And the first thing I thought was, how can I use this for the nonprofit? So I built a wood shop, and then I built the weightlifting thing, and I built that fucking 4x4 frame. I can squat on it. I can do bench press. I have a tricep pull down that I built. I built a pulley system, and then now I got a race team, so I got a race car on there, and we work on the race car. You know, we pull it out, and dude, yeah, I raced last week. It was amazing. But
can you share a little bit about that? Like, what's going on with the race stuff, man? It looks cool.
Yeah, so like out of nowhere, man, I got invited to there was a raceway called Gundick Law Speedway. They were having a mental health suicide prevention night, and they needed a nonprofit that works with veterans with PTSD and suicide prevention. So they invited me up. It was amazing. I got to meet a lot of really cool people, and I go back into the pits to sell some tickets, and I see a fucking Dodge Neon. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? And there's like a Saturn Ion, and I was like, what is this crap? Like, yeah, dude, it's the Hornet division. I was like, man, that like, how much is this? They're like, yeah, it's like $30 to race. I was like, what? I was like, it's really cheap to work on these cars. And so I started chatting, and then out of nowhere, which actually I think was pretty sweet, I started talking to a veteran. His son recently died of suicide in April, and one of the trophies that night was actually dedicated to his son, and he got his father got to present it to the winner of that division. So I thought that was beautiful, and I started talking to the father. His name is I keep his name separate. I started talking to him, and I was like, tell me about your son. Let me learn a little bit. Apparently, they used to work on vehicles together. I'm like, what would you do if I started a race team? And I was like, would you want to work on the car? He's like, hell yeah. So literally in 4 days, I found a guy to sell me a car for $2,000 and a car trailer for $750. I got $2,700 donated within 5 days, and in 6 days, I had a car sitting in my garage. And then 2 weeks after that, I canoed the St. Croix, the St. Croix River up in Wisconsin, Minnesota, with another veteran that next week. And then the week after that was my first. 2 weeks ago, that was my first race. Like my 5th time around the track, I crashed into the fucking wall and blew the radiator. Whoopsie! It was a quick fix though. I just put I did a nylon radiator patch. There was like a little lip that was sticking out, and that bent a little bit. So I just ripped the lip off, and then I did the goop and the nylon, the goop, and then I raced the very next day, and it actually held. And I started in 18th place. I finished in 14th, so I'm not terrible.
Hey, first race.
Dude, it was so fun, and I got to pay for 2 veterans to come sit in the pits with me. And like that's what I want to do. So now the goal is, not just because racing's fucking cool and I wanted to race a race car. So that's what I benefit from this nonprofit. I get to climb mountains and race cars and talk to veterans. So that's my payment. So my goal is every race, I want to take 2 veterans with me in the pits. It costs $30 to get a veteran into the pits for the pit pass. So it'll be a total of $90 a race. So for me, for my entry fee, to pay for the race, because it's $30. So it'll cost me $90, and then like $10 for gas, and then an extra like $30, $40 for gas to get up there. So total is right around like $130 a race, which really isn't that bad. And we're actually sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. We gotta finish the details on that. Snap-on Tools, AMS Oil gave us a whole year's worth of oil change. We got a bunch of oil sitting in my garage now. But yeah, it's pretty amazing how that all worked out, man. Racing's fun as hell. But the best part is I get veterans in the garage together. And you know what happens when a bunch of dudes start working in the garage together? They start talking. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So
this is why we're putting those shops on the this is why we're putting those shops up.
Yeah.
Because they get to go to every shop and realize, hey, I'm pretty good at this. Let me learn this.
Yeah.
But then it's turning a wrench.
Mm-hmm.
It's talking. It's fellowship. It's going to be okay.
Well, see, it hits every single thing that I'm trying to do, right? Camaraderie, sense of purpose, and providing value. I want veterans to understand that. So the veterans that were working on this car that we're donating, now they get a piece of that. They get to say, hey, I got to help another brother get to and from work. Or like with we have a wolf sanctuary with hybrid wolves. Minnesota Wolf Dogs lets us use their sanctuary. So we go up there and we build houses, we build fencing, and we actually get to play with these wolves, which is awesome. Who doesn't like playing with wolves? That's another one of my payments. I get to pet wolves. So that's
those are
So then these veterans get to see that, look, they're providing something for somebody else. So these animals, they have a house now. All of these animals were set for euthanasia because a lot of places you're not allowed to own hybrid wolves, and people buy them. The DNR finds out, and then they euthanize them. So these animals are getting ready to be killed, and so I actually got Kaya and John asked me, like, do you want to go rescue a wolf? I'm like, hell yeah! I took time off of work.
Let's go.
I drove out to Wisconsin Dells and I rescued Timber, which Timber's my homie. I love that dog, and he was like super aggressive at first, and so I kept walking backwards into him. So like he was chained up outside on a goddamn leash, and he lived there. I don't know how old he was, but his whole life he lived outside on a chain with no doghouse, no inside. He's always on a chain. So initially I saw him and I was just fucking pissed because I love animals. So I back up and the owner says, careful, he's aggressive. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. If I get bit by a wolf, who cares? That's an awesome story. So I back up where like he could barely like sniff my legs, and he jumped up and he locked his claws on me like he was going to try to dominate me, right? So that's good because he's not attacking me. So I grabbed him by the throat and I grabbed him by the stomach and I slammed it down on the ground. I start petting his stomach. I start rubbing his neck. And next thing you know, he's just sitting there like, oh, I love you. He jumped up on me. We start playing. So we put him in the truck, and John's truck broke down. So we didn't actually have an enclosed area to put him in. So we were in a bench seat. So I sat in the back in a bench seat, and the wolf drove back home sitting in my lap. It was great until he shit in my lap.
You said it was what?
It was
great until he shit in my lap.
Oh,
yeah, but
all over me, man. Me and John
my god!
We were driving down the road like, we finally pulled over, and oh man, I stood up and I just went like this with my shirt and just flung a bunch of shit off of me.
Oh my god!
But yeah, it was great, dude, because we got to go back to the ranch, and the day before we built his pen. So literally, I got to go rescue this dog, this wolf, brought him in. We put him in the garage. The next morning, because it was an overnight thing, the next morning I got there, and John and Kaya actually let me take him on leash and put him in his new facility. They didn't even put him in his new facility because they wanted me to do it. I was like, you guys are amazing. So now I have such an amazing connection with this wolf. So every time I show up, he's jumping. This dog literally has done backflips before. He's a nutcase. And the cool thing is once we get the ranch, I'm building kennels as well because I want veterans who have dogs to actually have a place to put their dogs if they bring their dogs with. But they're gonna donate timber to us, so we're gonna have an actual wolf. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Let's talk about the kennel we're building too.
Nice.
But ours is for service dogs.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I want to set it up for. So if veterans come out, they can have service dogs and they can put them somewhere if they need to.
Well, we already got dogs, puppies that are going to be donated to us because we rescue dogs. So I got 3 huskies and about 4 mutts running around my house. Love my dogs. But our spin on service dogs is cool. You're a veteran. You want a service dog. Here's your puppy. The veteran and the dog go through the training together.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That sounds like what is that movie with all the spies? And they were like, it's like Kingsman. They had while they were going through their like Mission Impossible 007 type of training. Yeah, they had to raise their animal. It's kind of almost like they're a little spirit animal.
Hopefully, you don't have to shoot them.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they don't shoot them at that.
Yeah, let's take that out of play, please. I don't want to see dogs getting shot.
Yeah, no.
All right, you're off. Back to go home. Now it's time to kill your pet. No.
Well, that's cool, man. We just hit an hour and 17 minutes. I just want to say, man, good luck to you. I really hope you get it all together, and this will not be the last time we talk. And again, Elijah, thanks for the hookup. It's always nice to team up with other veterans that are trying to do the same thing, man.
Well, and again, this is something I think we need to do is let's figure out a day every month that we can come and do a back brief.
Yeah. It'd be nice.
Hey, Project Diehard, file brush, this is where we're at. Or this is what we're doing right now. This is what we're building. And, that way there people can hear it from the horse's mouth that, hey, we're working.
Yeah.
Well, that too. And we can share ideas too. Because you're going to think of shit that maybe I didn't and vice versa. So
look, Look, I'll listen to anybody if you got an idea.
Yeah. So we're going to have.
You need to do this. I'm going to say, when are you going to do it? And let me know when it's done.
Nice.
And they go, oh, wait a minute. I don't need good idea fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. The cool thing is we're gonna have goats and chickens too. So that's one of the things I want to teach veterans to do. If you want to have chickens, let me show you what you need to build, what you need to have if you want to have chickens. You can have your own eggs. There's a veteran over in Will Jansen, and he's the guy that I canoed to St. Croix with, who is also my new board member.
Congrats.
He has chickens and he has goats and everything. The first time I went to his house, I looked at it, I was like, dude, you literally have everything that I want on my fucking retreat. Everything. He's got a garden, he's got animals, he's got all kinds of land. This guy's got it all set up, man. So he's actually helping me get set up and help me with ideas, and he's on the planning board for the retreat as well. So
nice.
Well, guys,
cool.
we go ahead.
No, I just said it was a great chat.
Oh yeah, for sure, guys. I'm excited for you, man. And again, for people that want to check out Project Diehard, go to projectdiehard.org. It's scrolling across the bottom there. And for those of you who want to check out Vet Boss, what's the best way to reach you, Elijah?
Go ahead and go on Facebook groups and type in Vet Space Boss. You'll see the group. It's the only group on there that's named Vet Boss, and come check us out.
You got a website and everything yet?
No, sir. I use Facebook groups.
Nice. Gotcha. Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you guys. And thanks again for the hookup, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, let's all get together again soon, okay?
Cool. All right, sounds good.
All right, y'all stay in the background for a second. I'm going to drop you off. Hold on.
Okay.
Boom. All right, guys. Hey, thank you for listening to Warriors Next Adventure podcast. I am excited for him, and I really hope it works out. And also, I'm excited for what we're trying to do up here in Minnesota. It's nice to see other veterans helping veterans. And man, if you're struggling at all, and you in any way can help another veteran, do it. Because not only does it help that veteran, it also helps yourself. Because when you can provide value, whether it's giving a veteran a ride or give a veteran a job. do something, right? We don't want handouts, but we want jobs. We want to help, we want to help do our own things. We want to provide value to the world. And any way you can help veterans help provide value, that is how you're going to change their life. I just want to say thanks again for you guys listening. Again, check us out on warriorsnextadventure.com, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everything. Pretty easy to find us. Again, October 10th, Chad Miller, who is the new ambassador for Warriors Next Adventure over in New York, is leading the Mount Marcy hike. It's a 17-ish mile hike. It's pretty rough. It's not crazy with terrain and everything like that, but it is a pretty difficult hike. They're going to get to the Upper J area, or Lake Placid area, which is the general area where the mountain climb is, right around October 9th. And then about 6 a.m., they're starting at the Van Hoevenberg Trail. Probably got that wrong. Just message me if you're interested in going. So, and then November 14th, I have not really released it yet because it's all pending because of COVID. We're going to have our yearly fundraiser going to be at the Doghouse Bar and Grill. And anybody in the Minnesota area, if you know who Uncle Chunk is, they're actually coming out to perform for us, which is awesome. I can't wait because those guys are actually pretty good. That will all be pending. I'll be making a Facebook event for it very soon. And it's all COVID pending. Hopefully it's all up to the bar. So if they can host it, we're doing it. So I love you guys. Again, reach out to Warriors Next Adventure. Very soon here, October 20th, I'm going to be releasing a challenge to everybody, to all veterans and all non-veterans, about contacting veterans. I'm not going to release too much information now because I'm working on a video. Hopefully I'll have that video released by October 20th, and I'll share a little bit more about that later. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys listening, and reach out to a fellow